All right, I'm inside Boulevard Cave, or the Boulevard, in Lava Beds National Monument. I think I just hit a dead end. The way some of these caves, they get bigger and smaller, bigger and smaller. Sometimes you go to a tight spot, hard to tell if it's a dead end or a trap to lure you in and get yourself stuck. So anyway, I'm trying to be a little bit careful here. So, if I find a part that looks hard, I chicken out and go the other way. But believe it or not, this is the way I came. Yes, I was able to crawl through there. Not on my hands and knees, an actual belly crawl. So thank goodness the floor is so smooth here. Alrighty then, so let me make sure my knee pad is adjusted. Slowly work my way forward. I wonder if anybody's gotten themselves in here and then decided they were too scared to move, so they like wanted to rescue or something. That'd be kind of annoying. Yeah, so from the left is where I came. From the right, I haven't gone yet. I don't know if I'm gonna fit through there. I'll check it out in a second. Of course, behind me, that's a little dead end, I think. Oops. I have to watch my head here. I don't want to hurt myself, or worse, hurt the cave, or worse, hurt my camera. Wow, there's a lot of dust on the floor, so I'm crawling around and stirring up dust. Looks like I can keep going to the right a bit. I'm not sure how far I want to belly crawl, but since it's nice and smooth and dry, and well, I've got all day. It's not even noon, I don't think, so I got lots of time. As long as I get back to the motel before dark, which this time of day, this time of year, I think it's about 6 p.m. sunset, maybe a little earlier. So I'll have to be mindful of that. Oh no, that's a dead end. Unless you're really, really skinny. Which, yeah, when I was young, maybe. The good old days. And not so much anymore. So I'm gonna work my way to the left, where I came from. So one, I know I can fit because I went through there before. And two, I know it's not a dead end because that's where I came from. And three, I don't really have anywhere else to go. Everything else is a dead end. Wow. It's a little bit pretty up here. By lava tube standards. So much dust. No sign of bats though. Kind of heartbroken, there's no bats. It is kind of impressive though that they had a big fire here a couple years ago, and there are still bats and other wildlife, deer. So it's not like all the wildlife got mad and left. There are a lot of the bushes out here. They burned clear to the ground in the fire. There's still a lot of stuff that survived. And then, of course, a little bit of new vegetation coming back. Thanks to the wind and so on. You know, even if you have a desolate wasteland, eventually seeds come in, replant, or birds and bees bring in seeds, stuff grows back. This place wasn't really that pretty to begin with. It's mostly just sagebrush and small trees. Not a lot of people. There aren't a lot of people who would come here just to go hiking. Although there are a couple of nice hiking trails, but the scenery is just flat. A lot of people would rather go hiking where there's hills and valleys, ridges, three-dimensional scenery, better exercise. Not that crawling to a cave is bad exercise. One way or another, I'm gonna get back in shape. I should do a lot more push-ups though, because it'll help with the crawling around. Push-ups, sit-ups, running. Just like the army. It's like the best exercise. I need to do them a lot more often. All right, there's natural light ahead, so I'm not completely lost. Partially lost. Just kidding. Yeah, no sign of bats. Okay, now the main trail goes back to the left, but I've got time. Basically, the rule is you should stay on the trail if there is one. Long story short, there isn't a trail to the right, so I'm gonna go off trail. Okay, so that was the boulevard. Oops, let me turn around again. Make sure you see the sign. Oops. Can't hardly see it from this angle. But yeah, written there on the sidewalk, the boulevard. All right, looks legit. Because I can safely go over this way. Again, I'm trying to stay to the right to go counterclockwise with this camera. I'll go through a second time with a different camera. That's the plan. It's above freezing here, so it's actually a bit tricky because it's ice. If it melts on top, the liquid water acts as a lubricant, so I have to be careful. Funny part is, I think I'm out of places to go. You know what? Yeah. It's not going to be ideal at all. Hang on a second. So obviously I'm going under a natural bridge now. Watch your head here. Floor goes up and down, ceiling goes up and down.